What is up? Welcome back to Softcore History. I am your host for the week, Rob Fox. I am joined, as always, by Dan Regester.
Go Birds.
Got your little Devonta Smith jersey. It looks homemade, by the way.
I got this from China.
Yeah, that's why it looks.
It was $15.
It was made in someone's home.
By little Chinese slave hands.
But, like, you can tell it's off.
It's a little macrame, huh?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good for $15. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, I guess for $15 it looks great. We're also joined by Jesse Wiseman here there.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I can never wait to speak.
It's fine.
I'm just...
It lets people, it's almost like, it's like in a movie when you hear a voice from across the room and then someone walks out of the shadows.
Yes.
Everyone turns.
Who's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
femme
Yeah.
fatale?
Yeah, that's what I like. I like to make an entrance.
You should be smoking a cigarette
Guys,
in
I
the
mean,
corner.
you know, guest, whatever. I
you got your
feel
babe.
like at this point I'm a part-time co-host, really. I mean,
believe you're our most tenured co-host, right?
No,
no?
I don't think so. I think Jack is.
Because he keeps...
Her, Jack, or Gabby, but they're all pretty close.
She's still chasing Coop, though. She's still chasing her co-host on Crime Corner.
Which we said last time, my co-host on Crime Corner, I can't beat him.
He's got the most listens on YouTube. It makes no
Oh,
sense.
yeah, because we made the Canadians angry.
Because you made Canadians angry. Now, in the last one, I think I tried to make, who did I go after?
I think you gave up pretty quick.
I gave up pretty quick. I think it was maybe like an oyster lover I was going after.
Well, Jake is, yeah, that makes sense.
And he's Jewish,
That's not a big demographic, though. You think Jewish people are the ones that are the oyster farmers?
I don't know. I tried something.
he
I
might
tried something.
Jake might legitimately be the only Jewish oyster farmer on Earth.
Right.
You think so?
It's a hot, like,
That might do it, Bob. That might get us. Do you know what I mean? Just that statement right there.
how dare you?
Yeah.
It's like a whole New Jersey subset we don't know about. Just
Buddy,
working
do
the
your
oyster fields.
research, okay?
I know.
There's a whole Jewish mafia
Yeah.
that actually runs that industry.
Dear ChatGPT,
Yeah.
how many Jews farm oysters? Oh, it's 28.
28.
And they all connect to the Rothschilds.
Yeah, that's how they get their pearls.
Didn't know we would get there with Jesse.
But we're here.
We're here.
Let's get into this week's episode. As I alluded to right before we came on air, this is a kind of an episode that has a lot to do with Dan.
Okay.
Specifically, I
One
feel
of my
like
favorites.
this is Dan. This would either be the life you wish you lived, or it's you, like you were this person in a past life.
Bizarro you.
Not Bizarro.
Like literally he has been this person
It's like
in
you
a
know
past
how
life?
you know how in some shitty reincarnation movies, like people always end up back together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, our souls are just drawn to each other.
Yeah, like Hancock.
Yeah, like Hancock, or that happened in What Dreams May Come. They're like, oh, you're soulmates, so you can go back onto Earth and you'll find each other
Do
again.
you hate that movie? I bet you do.
I kind of love it.
It's so good.
I actually
If
believe
you don't cry during that movie.
not in eternal love, but that there's always somebody in past lives that has wronged you and continues to wrong you in every life.
Yeah.
Like you have a rival or just this
that
entity
reincarnates.
that
and
reincarnates to
then-
be your kind of enemy
Ooh.
every
So
day.
like you're just destined to battle throughout all of time.
Yes.
At one point, you were two like scuttlefish in the crustacean era, just like
There's
fighting
always a good
over
and a bad.
Yeah.
fighting over a rock.
But it's the same person.
I
I like that.
I like that better than eternal love.
Yeah, because then,
Yeah.
you know,
like, miss
there's
me with
no
that.
way you're ending up with that person.
Every time, no.
Because they wouldn't, whoever it was, they're not coming to Austin, right?
How do you explain? It's
Certainly not
It's
awesome.
got to be, yeah. It's got to be infuriating too if you eventually realize you're soulmates, but like you obviously spent the first like 20 years of your life like banging other people.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I hope you had fun.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah.
No, they
What
wipe
do you-
your memory
Wait,
clean.
what's the problem with any of that?
I
like
don't
it's
know.
Men in Black.
It has to happen.
It does, or you won't be in love. But today, and this is where the Dan stuff comes in.
I thought we already talked about the person I was in a past life with Kyle.
Who was that? Arnold Rothstein?
Yeah.
No, this is who you were.
I thought I connected more with him.
No, and this person's from the Arnold Rothstein story. This is a spin-off of last time's episode.
Okay.
We're talking about one of the most legendary gamblers and golf hustlers in American history. A man whose nickname is either fitting or ironic when you hear it.
I might know him.
Fitting because he's larger than life, Or maybe ironic because he's very much the opposite of a catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
Wait, are you calling me a catastrophic failure?
I said you're the opposite of a catastrophic failure.
Just let him finish. He's just got to do the intro.
The
first.
nickname-
Then we'll find the similarity.
The nickname might imply that he's a catastrophic failure because his name is Titanic Thompson.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think you mentioned him in passing.
He was. He's plays a role in the Arnold Rothstein story, which we did on my last hosted episode. Arnold Rothstein being the guy, the gambling magnate and crime boss who fixed the 1919 World Series.
Yes.
Now, for those at home, the Titanic was a boat that was too big to fail.
I was on that episode
Too big to sink.
You were.
Right?
Yes, you were on the Titanic episode.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying that nickname would imply maybe.
It would imply that he's a failure, but he's not.
No,
Right?
you're-
Titanic.
I think you're implying that I'm just a massive man. I'm a
Larger
huge,
than life?
I'm a huge boy.
Yeah.
You're swole. You're not that big.
He's really taking this story as, I mean, everything
Literal.
we say is going to be
Yeah.
a jab at him now.
Yeah.
Bob,
I'm going to have my defenses up. Let's go.
Rob. Exactly.
That's
He's
what I
like,
figured.
I am
Yeah.
not.
No, huh?
No, I'm not.
How Alvin Clarence Titanic Thompson actually got his name is fitting, though. Although a little bit odd. It was the spring of 1912, and Titanic, the boat, had just made headlines, obviously, for sinking and killing 1,000 people.
JP
Sure.
Morgan sinking it, yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thompson, meanwhile, had just made his way to Joplin, Missouri that spring, and he was gambling and hustling in a pool hall there. And he had just won $500, the equivalent of $15,000 today.
Whew. That is like Dan.
It's a good lick.
Yeah.
That is like Dan. And he promptly.
He
lost
he won it off a gambler named Snow Clark. But feeling bad for Clark and being a gamer and a man of honor, Thompson offered Snow a way to win enough money back that he would break even on the night. So
Okay.
Thompson had won $500. Titanic had won $500 just across the course of the evening.
Right.
So, but I think Snow, if he won $200 back, he would just break even for the night. So
Okay.
Titanic was like, you know what, pal? I'm a good sport.
He drinks, I bet, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So at that point, he's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll give you a chance to win the $200. I'll give you a chance to win $200 back, get back to even.
Double or nothing. Now, was Snow icy cold or on cocaine?
Probably both.
Yeah, was that a nickname for him or a real
I think
last
Snow
name?
was a nickname for him. There are a lot of great
Okay.
nicknames in this. Snow, Fats, Minnesota. Or no, Minnesota Fats. I'm sorry.
By the way, Minnesota Fats. It's a really good
Having a
name.
state as your first name, strong.
Oh, yeah.
Old Missouri Fats over here.
Yeah, yeah. So Titanic bet him $200 that he could jump the length of a pool table. He could jump over a pool table lengthwise.
Okay.
Like take a run and jump and just clear it.
Okay.
Some decent hops, yeah.
That's crazy. Like you shouldn't be able to do it. And Thompson said as much. He said, if you think that's easy, try it. This is from a 1972 Sports Illustrated article, a quote from Titanic Thompson. But I could jump farther than a herd of bullfrogs in those days. I put down an old mattress on the other side of the table, then I took a run and dived headfirst across the pool table. While I was counting my money, because he'd won and he'd taken an extra $200 from Snow,
Right.
so which is like an extra like $8,000 that he just fucking bleeds like in 2
Just
seconds.
Drunken motherfuckers just like betting.
This dude is
Keep on betting. You'll get there.
he's insane. So somebody asked Clark what my name was, and Clark said, "It must be Titanic. He sinks everybody."
Okay.
And he went by Titanic from then on.
Okay.
Although Minnesota Fats, who was his fellow pool hustler for a while, and although he thought he was a great hustler, I guess thought less of him or just thought he was kind of like a dishonest piece of shit. Minnesota Fats claimed that Titanic got the nickname because he was on the Titanic and dressed up like a woman to get off onto a boat before. Skip the line.
That's a way better story.
That
Yeah.
is. That's one of the worst accusations you could have against you.
Right? But what a great insult. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll
what
tell
a
you why it's called
great
Titanic.
insult.
Fucking
Back
put
in
on
those
fucking
days?
put on a dress to skip out on his
Holy
duty.
shit.
You die in that cold water like a man.
So Titanic Thompson was born in Monett, Missouri about an hour's drive away from Chapel Roan's hometown of Willard, Missouri.
And
We're
how
not
far-
making her a thing. Like
And how
She
far?
is a thing.
this is an evergreen
I don't
content.
know if she
show.
is, Rob.
It is.
She's gonna be not like a thing in 6 months, so there's no reason to ever mention her.
I just know way more people that don't know.
I have no
Give it
idea
time.
who this bitch is.
Give it
Still.
time.
Pink
We
pony
could have
club.
given it time.
Give it time.
We could
Give
have
it
given
time,
it
and
time,
she
and
will be
she
lost
just
2 times.
Chapel Roan is blowing up.
she's Titanicing for sure.
Yeah.
She is blowing it up for sure.
Even though he was born there, he grew up 50 miles south in Arkansas, and he came from a proud line of gamblers. And by that, I mean his father lost all his money and ran out on the family.
Delco, are you feeling any
I mean, there was a couple of years there. Yeah.
where your dad gambled?
I mean, yeah, my dad gambled a lot. Yeah. He always like, no, it wasn't me. It was just teasers or just little work parlays. I'm like,
Just fun stuff.
I don't know. I remember you hitting up your bookie on the phone like every Friday.
Saying, I like this line.
He had a bookie?
He had a bookie. Yeah.
Give me the birds money
Wow.
line.
Actually, like, I
He
mean, I
gambled,
have an
but-
actual bookie too.
Yeah,
But
you guys are
it's not the same
gamblers,
feel,
bud.
right? Like
It's not because you're on the internet. It's so real
it's
when
all
you call 'em.
through.
Oh, 100.
It's all through like Telegram nowadays, and
Yeah, they
Venmo.
live down the street, right?
Yeah.
Like they.
Yeah, this is local. This is like he
Yeah.
knows the guy.
It's scarier. It's more real. That's gambling, motherfucker.
I've never
That is
met
gambling.
I've
That
never
is
met
gambling.
I've never met my bookie.
We do soft hands gambling.
Yes.
We don't do real gambling.
Yes. Like
No,
there
it's
is
still
no,
very much real.
But there is no. What is the threat? By the way, sorry, because I don't understand. But what is the threat to you if you can't pay?
It's still mafia.
It's still break your legs.
Yes.
Or is it just like
No, it is.
debt collector?
Because, no, he's not. My bookie won't do it, but the guy above him will.
If you don't
Wow.
pay, like
Yeah.
if you don't hit them back on.
Because I do know where the like lineage goes, and it is still mafia.
Oh, you know the pyramid.
Yeah, I know how it goes.
You've said too much, huh?
Ooh,
Already.
I don't love it.
They kind of want business, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
they will actually. They give you money for referring people to them.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, it's fine. Nobody's coming after us.
And they want you to be scared of not paying.
I am. I shouldn't be. Maybe because sometimes
it's an unspoken agreement.
Yeah, it's better not to poke the bear, right?
You don't really want to fuck around and find
I
out.
literally can't imagine not paying.
Right.
Right though? Yeah. I think we've like gotten to a world where
but the people who really do that are the ones who are like addicted
Yes.
pieces of shit,
yes.
insane, not well.
Yeah.
There's a difference between like me and him getting a little drunk and be like, "Fuck, I lost $800," or him like $2,000. But
Right.
But between that and like that's like the same thing as it's like worried about being murdered, where like unless we're actively involved in breaking crimes like drug deals or
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
our chances of getting murdered are almost zero.
Yes.
And since you're not married to an abusive man, your
Right.
chances of getting murdered are almost
Right,
zero.
right.
So like
It's just verbal.
being worried about being murdered, like it's the same thing as like, oh, that could happen to me, but it's like, dude, yeah, I'm obviously gonna pay.
I also
Yeah, yeah,
have
yeah.
a well-established relationship with this man, so I've used him for like almost a decade at this point. I don't want to find someone new.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the
There's
that's
that
why
whole
would you?
aspect. Like,
No, if you
if
can
I don't pay
pay-
him, I just can never use him again. And it's like, all right, I guess I just won't gamble anymore. And that's not an option.
Mm-mm.
How
Never.
Titanic wasn't murdered, by the way, I have no idea, and we're gonna get into all that right now. In 1908, at the age of 16, Titanic left home with $1 in his pocket, a desire to hustle, and no ability to read or write.
You have to.
It's 1908. You're in Missouri. You're illiterate,
Okay.
and you just want to gamble.
Do you really have to read at that?
I don't know that he ever learned
1908.
either, by the way.
I know
Yeah.
the Discord thinks I'm like illiterate and I can't read, or that my brain's evolving now with the show because I am reading and writing more thanks to the show. But man, I'm at least on a 5th grade reading level.
Do
I mean,
people think you can't read?
That's kind of a joke that goes
bit.
back to Grand X.
You were literally a writer.
There's a whole segment
Right?
called Dan Does Words.
So, well, it's a thing where can read and write excellently, but reading aloud is an entirely different skill
Oh yeah.
than
sure.
anything else. Which is why I would always say when people were like dunking on Biden in 2020, like he has to read off a teleprompter. I'm like, I don't think you know that that's a skill.
Oh, seriously.
Like,
if you gave them whoever's saying that, if you gave them
Yeah,
a
like, let me
teleprompter
put you-
right then, they'd be like, slow down. What? And then what do I? Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can say whatever you want about the guy, but like I was like, I won't stand for teleprompter slander. Like that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
I was awful trying to read in church
Oh yeah.
when I had to get in front of the entire congregation. From the,
Isn't it more like nerves than knowing how to read?
It wasn't
Because I was
nerves.
the same.
Does he seem like a guy who gets nervous for that type of thing?
I'm pretty even with everything, but it's just kind of looking at the page. It's going from brain to mouth. Even when I speak, I have no idea where it's going.
Right. Clearly.
Yeah.
That's where you need to have the
There's a
confidence.
disconnect.
You need to have it's an irrational confidence thing, really, to be like, yeah, I saw that right, and I'm going to shoot it out my mouth now.
Yeah. True.
I think it's when I came out as a baby, I had a lack of oxygen with the umbilical cord wrapped around my throat. And then I was also in the ICU, the baby little ICU for like a month.
NICU?
Yeah. By
For
myself.
a month?
Yeah, by myself.
That
Was
makes
your
a lot of
dad
sense.
gambling or what happened?
Probably, yeah.
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 So they're just like, look,
But I was
they're
really
watching him.
You know, he's taken care of.
He's taking care
He's
of. There's
recovering.
nurses everywhere.
He doesn't need love and affection.
So were you not touched for the first month of your life?
I think so.
Makes so much.
It's a lot.
sense.
Yeah, because you know what happens when a baby's born? The
No.
first thing they do?
No, I mean, I don't remember it. No.
Yeah, so the first thing they do is skin to skin.
Skin to skin.
The very first thing they want to happen is for that baby to be touched.
By somebody. It could be dad. It could be whatever.
sometimes it's
Literally
dad.
just a
If it-
human
Yeah.
skin.
Because if it's a C-section, I have not done it, but a lot of friends I've seen, like guy friends when their wife had a C-section or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
Or if
know.
something went wrong.
No, when I came out, though, they're like, can he work yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, he needs to contribute at this point.
which you weren't. Born
I know he's a couple seconds old. Get him on the factory line.
Right.
Well, they tried to get you on the M. Night Shyamalan line, but
Yeah, no, I did try out for Signs.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. As the
As a kid.
kid.
yeah, it's Kieran Culkin. Like he's gonna get that.
But like, why are they auditioning people if they have Kieran?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
you
that
just have
was
a line of rubes, and then
it
Culkin
wasn't
walks
you.
in.
It wasn't you. They were trying to do local hire shit, but they knew they weren't going to. They probably loved your performance.
I bet my life is 2% different if I actually get that role. Like, I'm probably still here.
That's true because it was a Culkin already. So we can't say that like, oh, you would have the trajectory of
Right, I would have just been, like, that's a cool little
you're the kid
fact about
from
my history. I
Signs.
was the kid in Signs.
How old were you in 2002?
2002, I would have been 11.
You're addicted to drugs. You probably go
Yep.
the route of Mac Miller, and you're gone. Yeah, you're
You
not here
and
anymore.
Joaquin like become good friends, which is not a good idea. Your parents don't like it.
Right.
But he's fucking rad. You're cool. You know
Right.
what I mean? So you guys start hanging out way too
Going to
young.
Clubs. Yeah, you're in clubs by 13.
He's taking you to the clubs because you're fucking chill. You
Mm-hmm.
don't snitch.
You don't remember falling asleep at a studio executive's house when you're 14.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all suppressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I mean, you're living in a house in Santa Clarita, renting a house in Santa Clarita, I should say.
I'm not owning, no.
Working
Yeah.
at Six Flags.
Character actor.
Yep.
Yeah, you are playing a character. Bugs Bunny is that
Yep.
character actually at Six Flags.
Yeah, I think that's the only character they're
Well,
like allowed to have at Six Flags.
They have the Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's
Not much
right.
different than
you
my
could- you
actual
could be
life.
Sylvester.
In Orlando, I tried out for Gaston.
Oh, that would have been
Gaston.
great.
Yeah, well, that's probably when I didn't get the role.
Yeah, I'm Gaston. Like,
Yeah, you're
next.
like, oh god.
Next.
Oh, that would have been perfect though. Go
No
back
one
and try
fights
again.
Like Gaston. No one fucks like Gaston.
Does he not sound I mean,
He's a Gaston. He's 100% a Gaston.
yes.
He looks like he would tell you not to read.
Gaston's kind of
Yeah.
the hero, right?
There's an animal
No.
living in a castle they didn't know about in the woods,
Yep.
holding a woman hostage.
Mm-hmm.
This man wants to get her back. A sentient bear dog who can speak. And they're just supposed to be cool with that?
Yeah.
They've burned people alive for so much less at that time.
Yeah.
They're just down with bestiality all of a sudden.
Yeah, he wants to fuck Belle,
Yeah.
only literate woman in the town.
She only falls in love with them because she gets cabin fever.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome. Or what is it? Florence Nightingale
Yeah.
effect? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a Stockholm, but it's also just manly beast.
It's true.
It's really a tale about our primal desires because when he turns into the prince, gross. Do you know what I mean?
Bit of a
Gay.
twink.
Yeah.
Bit of a. He's
Anyway.
a French prince.
Gaston?
No, when the beast turns into a
I was gonna say Gaston's kind of beefy. He's a
Yeah.
beefy boy.
yeah.
He is.
It's the animalistic representation of Guston, right? So, listen,
Gaston, that's the problem. He had a hairless chest.
Gaston. You keep saying Guston. You got me. Yeah. What woman doesn't want to be cradled by a giant? Okay.
A hairy giant. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is just what it is.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, folks. Ladies,
Hello.
gentlemen. Look at me.
So Titanic went all across the South and Central United States, hustling in all sorts of games and sports. He won money playing cards, playing dice, hustling billiards, hustling horseshoes.
I'm awful at pool.
And also he also hustled in golf.
It's the only sport I play left-handed.
That's really bizarre. That might be why
Why?
you're bad at it.
Probably.
That you're
Let's
just using
try
the wrong
and-
hand.
Where do you guys go? Where do we go?
Boomers.
Boomers.
Let's
yeah.
go to Boomers. Let's get you on the right track.
Yeah.
You would be good. If you're good at golf and everything else, yes.
I'm okay at golf. I'm not great at golf.
You're probably in like the fucking 1% in golf.
I shoot in the mid 80s. Sometimes I can get down to the 70s.
Yeah, that's the 1%.
You're no
Now-
Scott
now
Peterson, but I'm
difference-
sure you're
yeah.
good.
No, I'm no Scott.
The
Peterson.
difference in the 1%, it's like the 1% of America that makes like between $400,000 and
It's true.
and $1 billion. You know what I mean? Like that's
It's true.
yeah.
It's
So
true.
you're making like $500,000 a year, right? You're no Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
Scotty Scheffler, but you're still technically in the 1%.
Yeah, you're hanging out at the party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're inviting you.
Yeah. The cousin Greg.
Yeah.
Literally.
The cousin Greg of golf.
Titanic, and this is where I wonder why Titanic didn't get murdered. He would also make up prop bets on the spot and win money that way. For instance, the one where he could jump over a pool table.
Yeah.
He would just do stuff like that. But he had other prop bets too, and all these prop bets were really just him fucking people over. Like
It
he
was
made
things
the pool.
he knew he could do.
Yes,
and
he knew he could jump over the pool table, so he made the pool table bet. Or, for example, he would say to somebody like, "Hey, pal, $50 says I can throw this here walnut over that there building." And what they wouldn't know is that he had weighted the hollowed out shell with lead to make it heavier, so he could throw it further than like a hollow wood ball won't travel the same distance as like a heavier.
Yeah.
So
No fairsies, though.
yeah, no fares. Well, they didn't know that. Didn't check the walnut.
No fairsies.
Who weights a walnut?
True.
He would also move road mileage signs closer to town, then go into town and be like, "Who wants to bet me that road mileage sign out there is about a quarter mile closer than I drove right by it, and I thought to myself, that's about a quarter mile off."
Who are these degenerate fucks
Yeah, who's
that are
taking
like
this action?
taking these fucking bets?
Just like the Music Man comes to town and he's like, "There's one thing I know, that sign isn't close enough."
Yeah.
And then they're like, I'll bet you $50 it is. And then he's already fucking moved it. So,
And like, who is this guy?
yeah, just a drifter who comes into
Do you know what I
town.
mean? And you go like, "I'll take that bet,"
Yeah,
you know?
shut up, asshole. Yeah. And he takes their money. What's the saying? It's sin to let suckers keep their money or something like that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something about drifters coming into the bar.
No,
Always
no,
take
no.
that action.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Never take a hobo's prop bet.
No, God.
Never.
They're magic men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 1920s, and this is especially where I wonder how he didn't get murdered. He bet, allegedly, Al Capone's men in Chicago about $50,000 in that time's money
Hey.
that he could drive a golf ball 500 yards off the tee.
If he was on a driveway.
They said, "I'll
don't
take that bet.
know.
You're a fucking liar. There's no way you can do that." Well, it happened to be winter in Chicago. So he went out to Lake Michigan, hit the ball onto the frozen water,
And it just...
fucking
Slid
bounced and
across.
slid 500 yards.
And so it was like technically yes.
Yes. A drive isn't in the air. A drive is just wherever
Yeah,
it stops.
yeah.
Yeah. So I believe in today's money that would be pushing $2 million.
What a bunch of fucking.
That would have been
definitely-
funny if it just
You
kind of
definitely
went
knew
through
the
the
towns
ice
to go to, huh?
immediately.
What, Chicago?
Ah, yeah, I guess. Jeez.
Not the smartest folks.
Oh, I'm sorry. In 1925, I'm just splitting the decade in half. It would have been $898,000 that he
Holy
won in
shit.
2 seconds.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what if he duffed it off the tee? You know,
Yeah.
like, all right, pay up, buddy.
Yeah.
There's still a little pressure there. He's still gonna hit it pretty well.
There is. We'll get.
You got to
to
reach the lake.
We'll get to his golf skills, but it was said that even though Thompson was illiterate, at least when he left home, he was really good with numbers, a really good athlete, and had freakish hand-eye coordination. Hence, being a pool hustler, a golf hustler, a horseshoes hustler, jumping over pool tables on the fly, which is insane.
Probably accuracy with random bets. We don't know even all the dumb bets that he did, right?
He was betting
Yeah.
every second of every day.
It's,
Yeah.
It's the worth ethic you question, right?
Yeah.
He has all these skills. He can do all these different things, but he's still living a life of crime.
But you say that every time about a con man, right? Where you
Yeah.
go, if you put this much effort into something that was like legal, right? Or college, or like learning something, like the lies and the keeping everything together.
We'll
if
get-
you literally
Not
did
even
that,
legal, just something more honorable, or just like that has more
you could
legs
rule
under it.
the world
Well, someone
because they're actually in this weird way. You know,
The best of us.
The best of us.
Yeah, they're better than anyone,
They know how to read the room. They know how to manipulate.
Yeah,
but they don't want that life.
Salesmen. Yeah.
They're not a role model. They weren't made. They weren't made to
No.
lead.
No.
We'll
They
get
don't
to
want
that
it.
though, because people ask him. They offer him or say, "Will you take this legitimate job?" And he has a answer to your question. He was also a crack shot, great with a gun. Before he left home, his uncles. His dad was, of course, gone, ran out. But his
Right.
uncles knew he was like a precise shooter. Allegedly, he could take down a bird between the eyes from 50 yards away with a rifle.
Really?
Well,
are we sure? Because
Oh.
if
Okay,
you hit a
what's
bird
the
between
ruse?
the
What's-
eyes,
the whole head's gone,
the
right?
head's gone.
What's the ruse here? What happens?
No, he was.
He really could?
He was at one point a skill shooter in Captain Adam Henry Bogardus's Miracle Medicine show. It's like a knockoff traveling like Buffalo Bill show.
Okay.
In the show, he would entertain onlookers by shooting pie tins and cabbages out of the air. He would also trick viewers. I guess he couldn't pull this off. He would trick viewers into thinking he shot a silver dollar out of the air. So that was
Okay,
fake.
that's what I mean. Like even with the bird, I'm like, what was the trick?
I don't know. The between
know
the
what I
eyes thing
mean?
can't happen because
Right.
the bullet will just rip the bird's head off. I mean, maybe if it's like
It's ripping the whole bird, really.
maybe if it's like an eagle,
Like
it
a
goes through the
BB
skull.
or
But like a
something?
pigeon, a dove,
Yeah.
you're just obliterating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing left. You can't
No.
check that.
No, you can't
No
check it.
confirmation. But I mean, still, he hit his head.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
So basically, there was a minute while he in his early gambling days where he was also earning a living as a freak show carny.
Okay.
Like the boy with the miracle eyes can shoot anything. But he was
The
legit
bar was not high back then, Jesse. Okay,
For any kind
for
of like,
attractions.
for a yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
I thought that was the heyday.
People needed television. Television saved. You know, I think it was Kurt Vonnegut who said, "America is Rome and television is our lead, the lead in our wine, or whatever."
Yeah.
Like, oh, television's rotting our brain.
Right.
Do you know what people did before television? We did an episode on this once, where at one point, some shitty tiny circus had come through some shitty tiny town, and one of their elephants. It wasn't the Topsy episode. It was one of my episodes. One of their elephants had trampled somebody who was like some trainer who had been torturing it.
Yeah.
Right. Elephants super smart.
Yeah.
All that stuff. They literally
Long
have
game. All
yeah.
that.
They have
yeah,
funerals for them
Yeah.
for each other. So anyway, the elephant. They had to discipline the elephant. I'll try to. I don't remember what episode this is, but the circus people were like, "Well, we got to discipline this elephant so it doesn't bash someone's brains in again with its foot.
Right.
Like, we just need to be allowed to torture it. It needs to know that." So they took it out into the woods outside of town, and they let the townspeople know, "Hey, we're going to be disciplining an elephant tonight in the forest.
Oh, yeah.
If you'd like to come watch." Whole town shows up.
Yeah.
Nothing on television since television doesn't exist. Not even radio at this point. This is like the turn of the century, probably. Like
Yeah.
probably right around the time 1908, 1890s, something like that.
There hadn't been an execution in quite some time.
No one had been hanged in
Yeah,
months.
yeah.
So they go out in the middle of the woods, and to watch this elephant get chained to 4 trees by its legs and all this stuff so it can't move. And then the circus carny freaks just light a fire under the elephant.
Stop.
And just burn it
Why
for a
do
while.
you do this to me every time? You do it on purpose.
do. Well, you jogged my memory.
I
This
know,
isn't in the
I
notes.
know.
This isn't in the notes.
I know, but geez,
But
it's
that's-
always like a pig on fire or like.
Yeah, that's
'cause
what
the
happened
fire.
before Sanford and Son.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Like, oh, you think Mr. Beast is stupid?
Yeah.
Try watching a
do,
beast
yeah.
taking your kid to watch a beast be burned.
Right, but it's also not just right in its, face. It's not a screen right in the face, huh? But no, you're right.
Yeah, the blue
Yeah.
light's not damaging
what's
the eyes.
yeah,
Yeah.
what's worse? I don't know.
I think the elephant part is probably worse.
God,
if I had to guess.
no
I like to
kidding.
say though that
No, it kind of prepares them for the rest of life.
for the rest
For
of
the
that
rest
life,
of that life in those years, yeah, for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
it's letting you know
Yeah. Like
what's in store. for
shit's
you.
not good.
Yeah. In fact, that one of the kids there was probably burned alive in the First World War. So
Yes. So it was like, I know what this is like. I saw an elephant go through this. It's not great.
yeah, I've seen a sentient creature on fire before.
Listen, bring it on. Yeah.
So he was a great shot though. From 1951 to 1954, 4 years in a row, he won the Arizona State trap shooting contest,
Okay.
which I guess is a thing. But he was,
And it was legit.
yeah, it was.
Do you know what I
legit. It
mean?
was
Like,
legit.
so
there were judges.
he's
and,
also winning legit shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he was legitimately hand-eye eyesight incredible. But unfortunately, life as an illiterate gambling drifter wasn't all sunshine and ponies.
What? Delco, is that true?
It's been sounding pretty good so far.
Delco, is that true?
Although
Tell us.
I'm not hearing about any woman in his life.
We'll get to that.
That's his downfall, isn't it?
We'll get to it.
Always, dude.
In 1910, at the age of 17, Thompson killed his first man.
17, huh?
What?
So this was all before he was
What?
essentially a junior in high school.
Yeah. This is junior year of high school. In his junior year of high school, Thompson killed his first man.
All right.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so all the other stuff happened before
When he was like 15, 16.
He left his house at the age of 16. I kind of was skipping,
jumping around.
skipping
Okay.
around just to tell you stuff he's
Okay,
done.
okay.
We get a little more chronological now.
Got it. Okay.
So he was in rural Arkansas, and a man named Jim Johnson accused him of cheating at dice. The boat they were traveling on actually belonged to Titanic Thompson, as he'd recently won it from the former owner of the boat, gambling.
I know why you did this episode. My dad threw batteries at Jim Johnson.
Don't think it's the
That's-
same Jim Johnson.
That's
Different-
not why you did the episode?
No, that's not why.
No, he
So
was
weird.
Yeah.
He was one of the Eagles fans that threw batteries at Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, that's why you picked it.
Yeah.
You got him.
There's a little bit more of a connection than you think, Rob.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But what this really shows is I think this was you in a past life.
And then my grandfather
yeah.
threw snowballs at Santa.
Yeah, I think this was you in a past life is what I'm saying. This is your sort of like inherited memories.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna, connect with every single thing, but it's going the entire
There's
time
patterns.
you're
Yeah,
gonna
the
feel viscerally like he's telling your story.
History doesn't repeat, it rhymes.
Yes. So Titanic had won the boat from a friend of Johnson's. And Johnson was like, fuck you, you're cheating at dice. So Johnson accuses Titanic of it and throws him off the boat. Just throws him off the boat into the river.
I would never cheat.
Oh. That'll kill.
Titanic climbs back onto the boat. And Johnson pulls a knife on Titanic's girlfriend and is like, you better get the fuck off this boat or I'm going to cut your lady.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So Titanic grabs a hammer, bashes Johnson's head in,
What happens to his lady?
and then throws Johnson overboard, and Johnson drowns.
Okay.
When
Girlfriend unscathed?
girlfriend unscathed.
Okay.
When asked if he had any remorse for the killing, Titanic said that he did not because it was Johnson's fault that he didn't know how to swim.
Yeah.
Better call an ambulance.
Also true.
Not for me.
Also true. I mean,
Didn't
I
he
think
throw
might have
him
been-
off first?
Johnson threw him off first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I get tossed off
Dude.
a boat and I climb back,
And
it's
in those
open
days?
season.
In those days?
Well, I just don't think Johnson was conscious since he smashed his head with a hammer a couple times
Oh.
and then threw him off the boat.
But he was
Oh.
also thrown off before. So, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
saw him come back on the boat, pulled a knife on his girl.
Titanic, help me.
Listen, I'm just here to have fun. If someone wants to save me, that's up to them.
I'll belong to whoever's on the
Hey,
boat last.
whoever wants to save me is cool with me.
So, of course, the local sheriff gets involved. There's been a murder. And he says to Titanic, listen, pal, we take murder seriously around here. So you got to go to trial. Unless you give me the deed to the boat and get the hell out of town.
No problemo.
So Titanic's like, sure, here's the deed to the boat. Gets the hell out of town. Murder solved.
Yeah.
I'm not letting some
No
dude blackmail
further
me for my boat.
investigation.
Yeah, he's like, we know you did it. Sounds like it was a 50-50 situation.
Yeah.
That's self-defense.
The only witness is a gal, and we don't trust
We're not gonna
her.
trust her.
Yeah. In 1918, Titanic was drafted into World War I. Sadly, we never got to unleash him on the Germans. Titanic was, however, unleashed on American troops.
Ooh.
I thought you were gonna say he was a draft dodger.
No, he was not. He was following basic training, where he excelled. He was a great soldier by all accounts. He was promoted to sergeant, but he remained in the States to train other draftees to be sent overseas. They just thought
He was such a good shot that he trained them.
pretty much, yeah,
Right.
and so good at basic training. They're like, you're good, you understand stuff. We're gonna keep
He's
you.
good at physical fitness.
Yeah, we're gonna keep you here, to just
Like, so far, he hasn't done anything wrong, in my eyes.
I don't think so.
Do you know
this
what I
isn't
mean?
A story about someone who's necessarily done
okay.
anything wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's a
okay.
story about a man who lived a life.
Listen, got his money from people that were going to give it to someone else.
They weren't going to keep it.
They weren't going to keep it. It was going somewhere,
Yeah.
and he was just there to take it.
It's a sin to let a sucker keep his
Revenge
money.
killing, eye for an eye. I mean, let's fucking go. I'm in.
Yeah, I have no judgment really
Yeah,
of
yeah,
this
yeah.
man in terms of, well, there'd be one thing, but in general,
Can't wait for that.
yeah, in general, whatever.
Well, yeah.
For the most part, it's whatever.
Again, there was no guns to anyone's head. It was a bet.
Yeah.
And if you fucking take it, the money's yours.
If a stranger comes into town,
With such an odd bet, an odd request.
weird prop bets
Like if
that
someone-
like
if
he
so-
clearly figured out beforehand.
like if a stranger walked into the studio and is like, "Hey, you in the Eagles jersey, I bet you your car has a flat tire."
yeah.
And you're like, "Well, I parked my car here hours ago and there was no flat tire. There mustn't be a flat tire."
Right.
Then you walk outside and there's a fucking knife in your tire.
Yeah.
Who done it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I never.
Hey, yeah.
And then you pay
Yeah.
him $50,000.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you really got me there.
Done it.
Here you
You're
go,
a clever
pal.
one. So
I mean, people up until I think people are idiots now, but back then, boy, was it easy to.
Rubes. The
Yeah.
entire Music Man, which this guy kind of reminds me of like a dirtier version of that, is just like a guy going to a town to trick them into buying instruments.
Yeah.
And he's done that all over the place.
Yeah.
That was a racket?
They didn't know what they didn't know.
Yeah. So he was charged with training new recruits. Titanic was a trusted figure amongst the young men who were training to go overseas.
A
and
man of honor.
fight in a terrifying war.
Right.
So naturally, he took them for all the money he could.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
I was
what
gonna
a
say like packs
perfect
of
scenario.
cigarettes,
He taught them.
maybe some rations.
He taught them gambling, and then took their money and sent them to the trenches to die.
Fucking A, really?
What- They
Yeah.
don't need the money when they're there.
He taught them how to gamble.
Okay.
Then this is one of the best gamblers in the country. He taught them how to gamble. Then gambled with them
Yeah.
and beat them handily.
Again.
He left the army in November 1918 after the war ended, having won $50,000 from his troops. So, which
Listen,
today would be about $1 million.
Okay.
where else is that money going to go?
They could have kept it, I guess.
Army's going to take care of you.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Army's gonna take, what is that, like Arrested Development?
Yeah.
I'm going back to Army.
Mother.
Army will take care of me.
He made it out. I mean, this is probably one of the most successful troop stories out there.
For him. Yeah,
well,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're identifying with him more and more with every story, right?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. And they wanted to,
Make
They
him mad.
wanted to gamble.
Come on. He's not forcing anyone's hand here.
no.
He's
Again.
He's offering up opportunities, and that's it.
Yeah. It's fair enough.
Hey.
So after the war, after he got out, he hit the ground running on road gambling, as they call it. Just going from town to town, hustling, gambling.
Love it. Fresh meat.
Yeah, all this stuff. Again, one of his hustling buddies was Minnesota Fats, who considered Titanic a genius. Quote, the greatest action man of all time.
What a great description.
And at this point, Titanic was becoming like a legend, like famous nationwide for his gambling, billiards, and so on. People knew who he was. They knew he was a famous gambler. They knew he made a lot of money. And perhaps because they wanted to come at the king, if you can't beat him, rob him.
Yeah. That hasn't happened yet. Do you know what I mean?
He's gotten this far.
My God.
Also, can we now refer to you as Missouri Pales?
Missouri Pales.
I like the state and then some kind of weird
Description, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're going to call me Titanic, I'm good with calling you Missouri Pales.
Missouri Pales? I'm fine with making fun of my skin tone, but is there a better word?
It's not fats. You guys aren't fat, but the like Philly fats, like the fats after
fats
is fucking
is-
great.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Missouri Skinny
saying.
Fats.
Missouri Whites? Nah.
Calm down, Mom.
Yeah.
Calm down.
So,
Missouri supremacy. I don't know.
yeah, they tried to rob him, but Titanic killed again. This time
You pushed this man too far.
I mean, honestly, go ahead. Tell me something bad.
Yeah. This time it was 1919 in St. Louis. Thompson shot 2 men, he claimed, in self-defense because they're trying to steal his gambling winnings. This time, the local police weren't so wishy-washy.
They didn't need a boat for the town.
They were just like, thanks for killing them. They were actually bank robbers, so I'm glad you killed them.
Really?
Yeah, oh, they were like, good job, Titanic. Come back anytime.
This guy's fucking legend, dude.
He's taking the law into his own hands.
So
He
he's got
is
3 bodies.
Legend.
He's a
Okay?
vigilante.
3 bodies so far. And by the way, 1919, so he is like, he's 19, no, he's 26.
Okay.
26 years old.
Yeah, all you've described so far is just like 1920s Batman.
Yeah.
Sort of.
1920s.
He's not solving crimes.
Legend.
He's accidentally killing criminals.
Tomato,
He's a
tomato.
vigilante. He's,
Stumble into it,
he's
yeah.
cleaning up the streets. Do you know what I mean?
The third time he killed came in St. Joseph, Missouri, where Thompson and his hired bodyguard lit up a bunch of guys who tried to rob a poker game. And again, the guys trying to rob the poker game were known criminals who committed other
bad
criminal
dudes.
acts. So the sheriffs were like,
You're good.
thank you for your service.
Yes. Vigilante.
Yeah.
This is Gotham right here, dude.
He's just killing people and it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all in self-defense.
He's
Maybe the
charismatic. He's rich.
Maybe the first one was a little egregious.
Right, because there was no like physical threat.
I don't think he was.
No, the first one was very much a physical threat.
He
Oh.
pulled a knife on his girlfriend.
He got
Oh
tossed
no, that one
off
yes.
a boat.
That one yes.
Tossed off a boat I wouldn't call a full physical threat. Maybe if you can't swim.
Dog, if you throw me off a boat, I'm murdering you.
Yeah.
The guy
Into,
intended
like,
to
open
kill
water?
No, he didn't. You don't know there was an intent to kill. There was an intent to get him off
you. You
the
get
boat.
tossed off a boat, people want you dead.
It's a boat on a tiny river. It's not like
If you
you're getting
push
thrown off
me
a cruise ship.
if you push me into a pool at a pool party, I will shoot you in the face.
That's fair.
So yeah, I hear you.
Right.
Right.
Like we're grabbing beers out of a tub. You push me into the tub, it's on site.
Done.
Into the tub.
Done.
How would your you have a 5-year-old, don't you?
Yeah.
How would
6.
your 5-year-old, 6-year-old react if someone pushed you in the pool?
pushed me in the pool?
Yeah. Because I have a. I'm gonna explain this question.
Oh, okay. He might laugh or not notice. What's up?
Okay. So one time I was at a situation with this girl I was dating, and she had a nephew who at the time was 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was weird, and I still don't know because I've never been around a 5-year-old regularly, right? Not since my siblings were 5.
Yeah.
And one of her brothers pushed her sister-in-law, who was the mother of the 5-year-old.
Okay.
So like, uncle pushes mom.
Yeah.
into-
And this was back in the day when that was okay.
2011.
Oh, 2011.
2010.
You could push girls into the pool.
Yeah.
It was funny. Whatever.
Uncle pushes mom into the pool.
Ah,
What was
hilarious.
weird was the 5-year-old pulled out a gun.
He would have if he had one because
What did he do?
it looked. He reacted in a way that it was as if
His
some
girlfriend
sort of
got
Gestapo agent came in and knelt his mother down and put a bullet in the back of her head.
Is he going after the guy? Is he just freaking out like
Just
she's
meltdown.
dead?
Just,
meltdown.
Yeah, meltdown like she's dead. Which I was like,
That's weird.
right, it is weird, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. At the time, I was like, "What a bitch!" I was like, "What is his problem?" And I didn't say like, "What a bitch," but I was like, "He's a little sensitive."
Yeah.
But like, I'm a little less that way now just because I have kids and I understand a little more. But like, still at 5 though, I'm like, a 5-year-old boy.
If your kid did that though, if Courtney got pushed into a pool, you would be like, bro.
Not
what?
right now as a 3-year-old,
As a 3-year-old.
but as a 5-year-old, yes, I would be like, what?
I don't know, Rob. If
Bro.
Tom pushed your wife into a pool, I would hope Rory would just like sock him.
He
Yeah,
might.
socking him or like being like, what the fuck, getting mad
Yeah.
is different than having a meltdown as if,
She was murdered.
because babies go through stages that like if they don't see their mom, like if she goes behind
Yeah.
a wall, in their mind, she's gone and dead forever.
Yeah.
Right? And so he was almost having
Children are like dogs.
this like
Yeah.
yeah.
You ever
and
do
over
the
time
blanket,
you
yeah.
the
learn
blanket with the dog
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you
Over
disappear.
time they learn like, oh, okay, the wall is a thing
Yeah.
that she's on the other side of whatever. But this 5-year-old was
Yeah, I was like,
in the first Wonder Week.
I was
or
You
whatever
also
the
have
fuck.
no idea what that 5-year-old went through in the first 5 years of his
I
life.
don't actually. For all I know, 2 years prior to that, a clown showed up to their house and
Yeah.
tried to drown his mother in front of him.
Yeah.
There could be.
I don't know that
yeah,
didn't
But
happen.
probably
that
not.
is exactly what I was thinking. Like some PTSD.
He's just like, Mommy can't
Probably
breathe.
not. Probably not.
Yeah, probably,
I think it's
didn't.
more than likely.
It's not more than likely, but I
It's-
guess we can't rule it out.
It's almost 95% positive that's what happened.
Okay.
It was
You
a
haven't
clown.
met
This is
any
like-
of the kids and
Yeah. Well, Dan
drip.
also believes that 90% of couples swing,
Cheater swing.
you do not.
cheater swing.
You believe that?
I do. Like into their
Well, here's
50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah.
when
When
does it
they're
start?
50s?
When is I don't know what it doesn't matter when it starts. Is as long as they're together and they're together like married couples for the rest of their life. They don't get divorced. They don't break up. At some point, they're gonna get cheated on or swing.
How do you
And it
think
usually
this-
it probably starts around like
not
50.
so empty nest age.
Yeah. Once the kids are gone.
9 out of 10.
And
9 out of 10.
I
you are
think my opinion's a
fucking
little-
crazy, dude.
I think my opinion's a little, diluted because I live in Austin.
Yeah, you live in Austin. You've been to a sex club,
Yeah.
swingers club, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think you were in an echo chamber for sure.
But I
always-
said that before I did any of those things. And
He did say that before he did
It's
it.
almost
I know it's pretty. It's
self-fulfilling prophecy.
I'll just never get over the fact that you were in the same room as an Irish guy who was too loud.
and it
who
was
made too much
and it
noise.
was distracting.
Oh, babe. Hi, babe.
Ugh.
Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's the entire reason why I would never go.
Oh, it was terrible.
The
Yeah.
fact that might maybe happen.
Oh,
No, thank you.
Not the best crowd.
well,
It was country night too. It was not the scene. Not
it
the
was,
vibe.
a, it was a real.
I wanted more like an
Vice
eyes
undercover
wide
for
shut
you.
thing with masks.
You need
and,
masks and yeah.
Mhm.
like a cult.
You just need it to be
There's just
rich people pay
Morgan
to play.
Wallen doesn't put you in that mood.
No,
Makes me very soft.
it has to be really expensive to get in.
You almost need like not even music so much as a naked woman playing a harp or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the more exclusive, whatever, they know how to really set a
Yeah.
mood.
Sitting on a Sibian playing a harp.
It's not BYOB.
That's also not.
Was that one
BYOB.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they can't serve booze there. They didn't have a liquor license. But they had, like...
You don't want a lot of paperwork with a place like
I
that.
think it was in the summer. Wasn't it in the summer?
No, it was like
God,
March.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want. You can't go in there in the hot months.
They closed down probably, huh? Because
Well,
it was like
just
a
like
warehouse type
It's like
thing.
Yeah,
a,
it was
it's
just like a
pizza
normal
place.
club.
You smell it from a block away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to shut that thing
It
down.
was just like going to a normal
fumigate.
nightclub, but they had beds and stuff that you could.
You
fuck
said
on.
people were banging when you walked in.
There
was a bang
I feel like
stage.
they were paid performers.
Okay, but there was a bang stage.
There was
yes.
a stage, yeah.
It's a bang stage.
Yeah, it's a giant circular bed on a stage that was elevated above everybody
Bang
else.
stage.
Again, I think they were paid performers because they were actually good-looking people,
Yeah.
Right.
and then everybody else there was just like, oh,
Right.
no.
Oh no.
Right. It's a nightmare.
It was.
But that's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Haunts my dreams every night.
Like, yeah, I'm an Austin 4, but I'm a Austin Sex Club 7.
Right?
Are you saying that about me, Dom?
No, just like a chick that you saw there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
probably.
a 4 on the streets, but a 7 in the
In the
sex
Austin
In the
Sex
warehouse.
Club
warehouse,
scene.
yeah. Boo.
I
They
would never
thrive.
call you a 4.
Don't call me a 4.
I would never call you a 4.
I'm at least a
Sweetie
solid
pie.
6. I'm a solid
Sweetie-
6.
that's a whole-
Sweetie
a whole
pie,
other
we would
story.
never.
Well, speaking of lots of sex, Titanic was also a family man. In that he had a lot of families.
Okay.
He Bartolo Coloned it.
This is where Delco gets his theory. It's because it's a past life.
Yeah, from his, yeah.
That's just how it was.
I've just seen more things, guys.
well, you know what? You're right.
I believe that you've seen more things than me. I'm not convinced you've seen more things than her.
Yeah,
That's
no.
true. I mean, you did work in Vegas
Yes.
for a good bit.
Worked in Vegas,
I mean,
lived
but,
in
like,
LA,
grew
like
up as a
dirty
hippie.
yeah.
You worked at bars for years and years
Yes.
and years.
In Los Angeles. And then went to Vegas.
And you never got invited to those clubs?
No, I don't know if in my day it was as open.
It was couth.
Like, I'm sure it was going on. Like, we would go to strip clubs in Vegas.
But
Right?
that's
Yeah.
just like
That's
service industry shit, I feel like.
Yeah.
That's
And,
just
like,
robbing men.
Me?
No, just strippers.
Yeah. But, like, so we would do that. And I'm sure maybe from there was some kind of other thing. But it's a lot more open now.
Yeah, especially in the city. It's this town.
Right? It's, like, cool to be like, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll go to a sex club. They don't really want to. But they go. It's the same with me going to a strip club. Like, do I love it? No.
See, I think
But, like, it's fun. If there's
Fun.
guys there, whatever.
I knew a lot of girls who went to strip clubs in St. Louis when my buddy managed a bar, because it was all girls that worked at the bar, because the bar would close and the only places still open at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
were strip clubs. So you if you wanted to go get a drink after work,
Yes.
after working service industry, strip club was the only place you could go to unwind.
Now, Rob
Right.
would actually go to the strip clubs at like 11 a.m. too, because they had a good brunch buffet.
I have eaten at a strip club once in Houston. It was next to our hotel.
How's the food?
It's fine.
Did you have wings?
No, it was like breakfast in the middle of the night. So it was like breakfast at like 4 a.m. I was drunk.
That sounds awesome, kind of.
Yeah, and I did like it was Texas, so it was like they do the Whataburger ripoff of I did like a honey butter chicken biscuit.
And then every Wednesday in Missouri, he would go for the prime rib.
Why? That was perfect.
Yeah, for the prime
Oh,
rib.
you went to prime rib?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a little jus, then get a little jus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little jus on the pole, a little jus on your plate.
It's all coming back.
Yeah.
It's all coming back.
So Titanic was married 5 times,
Perfect.
divorced 4 times.
Okay.
His last wife was not the one, if that's what you're thinking. Like,
She didn't stick.
yeah, what just happened was his second wife died in a car accident, so he didn't have to divorce her.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's easy.
Did she
easier.
die in a car accident?
I know.
Or was there a little
Because
something
knowing
else?
Titanic, he could rig
You
a
never-
fucking brake line.
Like, oh, she tried to rob me.
Yeah,
and I hit her with
yeah.
my car.
Oh, and back then, like, we did on Crime Corner, like a nanny DOS, right? Like, back then, the investigation into an accidental death, very minimal.
Everyone died of an accident.
Yeah.
Minimal.
Accidental death is
She fell.
the baseline.
Oh, yeah. It's like you have to literally walk up to somebody and shoot them, and 5 people need to see you
We did a
in order for it to be, like,
There's a lot of, like,
investigated.
That's a lot of dark history about Hollywood. All the starlets.
Yeah.
Accidental death. The last
A
one,
lot of
the
accidental
last great
deaths.
one
Yes.
being Natalie Wood. Oh, she fell off that boat.
Right. But we all know that's not true.
Christopher Walken killed her.
You think it was Walken?
He was on the boat.
And so was
Her husband and someone else, I feel like. But Walken was on the boat.
her husband was the guy from Austin Powers, right? Eye patch from
Robert
Austin.
Wagner.
Robert Wagner. And they were like back and forth, on again, off. I think they even got divorced and back together.
Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is that kind of based on Walken?
I think that is slight. No, when we walk, it'd be
No.
Robert Wagner. But they were actors, and he was a. But I think that might be a slight nod to Natalie Wood's weird death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We did our episode last week with Jack. He was doing a thing. He did it on Churchill leading up to World War II. And you know how Churchill's mom died?
No.
Of a broken ankle.
She rolled her ankle.
But also, in those times, too,
Yeah. Not like she broke her ankle and fell down the stairs. Like.
broke her ankle in like
and
a
it just went
sepsis.
and it just went bad. Yeah.
No, she
Yeah.
had great
Yeah.
gangrene,
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, my God, you can't investigate every fucking weird thing like that.
Right.
So, you know.
She also
they're
got
just kinda
around.
Like, okay.
She was also a bit of a whore.
The amount of people that got away with killing wives, killing whatever, like
I'm actually
minimal planning.
I mean, we probably don't know who the top, most prolific 100 serial killers of all time are.
100%.
They're the people that never got caught.
That's what I mean. We don't know them, but like.
How many serial killers were there in ancient Persia, right?
Right. Well, there's a difference between there being no law and then there being a law that you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
there is like investigations, there is a process, but with the ways to get around it.
Yeah.
So much
You
easier.
move.
And they had life insurance still too, like really early.
Oh yeah, that was there from the jump.
Yeah. So like people were getting paid out. Accident.
Oh no.
The only way you were going to get caught was from an insurance company. Because they
Right.
didn't want to pay out, right?
Yeah,
Like,
the,
they're like,
Right.
the police had no
We're going to look
skin
into
in the
this
game.
more.
Yeah. But they would need someone to investigate, which
Yep.
they never would. So it's like.
Occasionally they would if it was too big of a payout. They're like, I don't know if we want to pay
Yeah.
this.
Or if
True.
the claim was taken like last second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Titanic also had 3 children,
Only 3 with 5.
Great.
all of whom he ran out on, just like his father ran out on him.
And Delco when
Yeah.
he was in the NICU.
One of them.
Or my parents weirdly got separated for like 3 years
It's the only way.
and then got back together.
I've told you I think there should be a marriage Rumspringa.
Ooh,
Kind of, yeah, that's what they did.
that'd be sweet.
So your thing of the idea that people at 50 or whatever would, swing. I think there should be a Rumspringa, and then you come back and you're like, all right, like
'Cause,
obviously I want to be
Got
with
it out of
you.
your system.
Right.
You're
I
like,
don't wanna
everything else
know.
out there is pretty
You
bad.
don't get to know, and same with Rumspringa, right?
wanna
It's like
know.
you don't say anything. You literally just come back
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah, I guess you got to send a text at least, like, "Hey, not coming back."
Yeah.
Is that what they
This
do?
day and age.
Do they have the right to the Amish when they don't come back?
Yeah, I don't know the specifics. I think they either just come back.
The Amish have phones though.
Yeah.
can call.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, now. But in the,
Yeah, they would just be like,
the
"Dear
idea
mother,
behind.
yeah, alcohol is wonderful.
Right.
I won't be coming back.
Right.
I love dick too. Bye,
Bye.
mother."
I like
What
butter
age-
that I don't need to
What
churn.
age should marriage Rumspringa be on?
Like you said, around 50, right?
Gotta
Oh,
be
An empty.
that late?
No, I mean like an empty nest, or
what about while you have kids?
that's rough.
that's rough. You
In the
can't do
house.
that.
Can't do
You
it.
can't do that.
Specifically, everyone I know whose parents got divorced in high school, that is like
It's way worse.
nightmare.
You got to do it early,
Or you gotta wait.
or you got to wait.
Not from like 7th to 12th grade.
You
The
can't.
worst.
Can't.
The worst. I think I was 13.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
I think Courtney was 16.
Yeah. Oh, that's way worse, dude.
Because when you're
Way
young, you
worse.
can justify, 2 Christmases.
Or it's
2 holidays.
just, like we
birthdays.
said before, like kids learn what they learn,
They
right?
adapt.
Yeah.
And at a certain age, they just, okay, this is what it is. I know I have 2 houses, whatever. It is what it is.
Adaptable.
Yes,
Adaptable to the point of insanity.
Yeah, like before 5, golden, dude.
Yeah.
They won't even know what married people look like. But
what?
Yeah.
You don't have 2 houses?
But after that, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what you want. One of Titanic's children, Tommy, talked about his experience. He said, "My dad left when I was 4 years old. When he left, I kept waiting to hear from my dad. Over the years, he never called. I never got a letter. But I kept reading stories about him in Life magazine, Golf Digest, Sports Illustrated. I read these stories about my dad as a young boy.
Pretty cool.
Kind of rad.
And I would just fantasize about my dad really loving me someday and being a dad to me. I said, well, maybe if I get good enough at gambling, my dad will really love me too."
No, he'll just come steal your money.
Well, so Tommy did become a professional gambler.
No, it's a boy named Sue, where they finally cross paths in a bar.
Yeah.
And he, takes him for everything he's got.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
is it?
Tommy did become a professional gambler.
Okay.
We'll get to the end of that story with his father later, but it should be noted that Tommy, in his life as a professional gambler, also ran out on several children.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Titanic's dad, gambler, runs out on the family. Titanic, gambler, runs out on the family. Titanic's son, Tommy, gambler, runs out on the family.
Plot twist, Tommy is Delco's dad.
What's your dad's name?
Yeah, what is your dad's name?
It's Dan.
Oh, damn it.
You're a junior.
I'm not. I have a different middle name.
Oh, okay.
He didn't get that suffix. Not everyone can handle a suffix.
So
No.
I was actually supposed to be IJ, Ian James.
Okay.
And my mom passed out.
IJ?
I know, it's terrible.
God.
And then my dad, they asked for my name, and he's just like, oh, sure shit ain't an IJ.
Yeah.
I do like the name Ian.
Yeah. If it was Ian, fine.
And then my grandfather was named James, so.
Ian James is a solid
Why
first,
would it
second
have
set.
to be IJ,
Yeah.
though?
I don't know.
Is it a Delco thing? My
no,
God.
it's terrible.
IJ.
But my dad was like, he was smart because he named me after him, but then gave my mother's maiden name to my middle name.
Yeah.
So it's Daniel Murphy.
Oh, okay.
So
That's cute. I
she
like
can't be
that.
too mad at him.
Plus,
for
once
doing
it's
that.
on that paper, it's a nightmare to get.
Yeah. No, that was cool. The maiden name. Mine's like
Yep.
can't work as a middle name, but like
Yeah.
I like that.
Daniel Murphy.
We might do Campbell as a middle name, but I don't think we will. That's Courtney's maiden.
That's a sweet middle name, dude.
Yeah,
Soup.
it's okay.
Soup.
It's okay.
Soup.
Yeah, old Soupy.
Yeah, old soupy jeans.
So Titanic Thompson also allegedly had affairs with actresses Jean Harlow and how do you say it? Myrna Loy. But Jean Harlow is the headliner there.
What a dope guy.
So he was banging Jean Harlow at one point.
So he was
I
like
hear nothing
he's
wrong
a
with this
hot
man.
little dirty fucker, right?
Yeah. I mean, he abandoned 3 children, but
Yeah, but then
Nothing hotter.
The kid also became a successful gambler.
I mean, look, I would abandon my children to bang whatever the current equivalent of Jean Harlow is.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's not even.
I mean, we've gone through the.
I wouldn't even, but I would still talk to my kids. I'd be better than Titanic. Like, I'd be
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, Rory, sweetie, I know you love mommy, and mommy's wonderful. But
And
what you need to know about Sabrina Carpenter is
Yeah.
that she's Sabrina Carpenter.
She's Sabrina. And one day,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro, this is how you talk to him.
You'll get it.
You'll
I'm
understand.
telling you, bro, I'm going to show you
Yeah.
this picture
Yeah.
when you're older.
And you're going to be like, but mommy's pretty. And you know what? Mommy is pretty.
And you're right. And she's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Inside and out.
But Sabrina
But
Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter, fuck.
I've never heard of Sabrina Carpenter until like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, but yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you get that.
I get
But
it.
you get it.
Like, she's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, have a
It's
chance.
definitely past my time.
She's banging Barry Keoghan.
I know.
Like-
Was. Get in there, Bob.
What do I?
What do
Why
I
wasn't
do?
I famous?
I
That's
know.
all you have to look like to get Sabrina Carpenter.
God, it's like, I don't even like how they put him with the like rodent, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was Beast Boy.
We played it on
Beast
RPR.
Boy.
That stand-up clip where it's like Barry Kogan's like something you fight in a
Yes.
swamp or something like that.
Yes. Like it's not in the same. You can't put him next to a Jeremy Allen
No.
White and go like Rat Boy
They're
Summer.
the same
no,
thing.
no, no.
No,
It's 10
not.
million times
And by the way,
different.
Barry, brilliant actor.
Absolutely.
Genuinely
Good
a great
for
actor.
him.
I'm sad he's not going to be the Joker in the new terrible Batman
Sure.
series or movies.
Sure.
And he was wonderful in Banshees of Inisherin. But I mean, what the fuck?
It's not even.
You
The only reason everyone was offended by the Rat Boy shit is because they threw his ass in there.
By the way, you take that accent off him. What's left?
He's gonna be fucking in the.
He's just like, hi.
Literally in the gutter.
Yeah, I'm Barry.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That face, and he's like, "Yeah, I just tell it like it is, you know." I'm Barry.
But you know what? Pete Davidson doesn't have an accent, so
He has like a kind of.
they get the little Staten Island one.
Dude,
It's
Pete
like
Davidson
a-
gets bitches because he treats them well.
Yeah, he's
And
nice to them, which maybe I'm sure Barry does too. By the way,
These
sure Barry-
women, I guess, have
sure Barry's
never
great
had a
guy.
man
He
treat them
doesn't.
well.
Yeah, that's true. I heard he doesn't, but
Oh, I heard he's like nice.
no. Pete Davidson,
Yeah.
yes. I was talking about Barry.
Oh, well, he did leave his wife who has
Yeah.
a child for Sabrina Carpenter. So Barry's living the life that I said I would live.
Yeah.
Like he
but with
has,
way
or maybe
more
it wasn't wife,
success.
but it was girlfriend, long time
With the
girlfriend.
kid,
the
hasn't seen the
kid.
kid. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
But
He's more of a Titanic.
yeah, but at the same time, it's Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
All right, we get it, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you want to leave your wife? Just do it already.
well, not for anyone.
I mean, she's pregnant.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna leave her for
The-
anyone.
Yeah,
You have to leave her for someone
the
where,
opportunity. You have to leave it where no one can dispute
yeah, you're like, I get
why
she was pregnant,
he
but,
did. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you want to hear someone say like, "Ooh,"
Yeah, I can't.
but like,
But-
if I just leave
but-
her, if I just leave her for a little tight-bodied 24-year-old boomer's waitress, no one's saying.
Exactly. They're
They're
saying
calling
what
you a
a piece
scumbag.
of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Never talking to you again. Yeah.
Completely different.
Exactly.
By the mid-1920s, when Titanic was in his early 30s, Titanic started living another part of Dan's best life. That is when he found another game. That is when he got really, really into golf. And he might have been, by all accounts, one of the best golfers of all time.
Would he compete on tour?
How do we know?
He was good enough to be a pro, according to all the pros that played with him.
Did he enter like the U.S. Open?
No. The problem was, at the time, apparently, golfers, at least according to Titanic, made money. Golfers only made $30K a year, or about $500,000 a year in today's money. So when asked,
Chump change.
would you ever want to become a pro golfer, Titanic? You're so good at it. He said, I couldn't afford the pay cut.
Right?
This
He
guy's
would
got-
hustle golf.
I have heard nothing wrong with this guy.
I didn't say there was anything wrong.
Yeah.
This guy's dope.
We keep telling Bob that he's like doesn't like this guy. He's like, I fucking love this guy.
So if you recall, Titanic around the same time, golfers made $30K a year. Titanic made $50K on one drive.
Right. With his hustling
One tee shot.
hustling ways. Yeah.
Titanic Thompson would also apparently make 30 grand a week hustling rich country club pros.
Professional golfers do that now.
They did it
They
a lot more
hustle?
then.
Oh, yeah.
How do you hustle if
I
you're
mean, if you-
professional?
Well, because they'll play like rounds with their friends or with professionals that aren't on tour, and they're playing for money every time. There's always a game going.
Right. I
Nope.
don't know if it's hustling, but I think it's like
It's gambling.
you're gambling and
But
But,
there's
like-
a difference between
pushing your
gambling
friend.
and hustling. Hustling
Hustling is
implies
like-
that you're fucking them over.
Yeah, like a pool shark acts like they're not good and then just fucking towards the end slams all the balls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So betting among like a whatever pros that want to like up each other's game, that probably happens all the time, right?
But I'm sure there's plenty of dudes on the Corn Ferry Tour right now, or that are like low-end PGA Tour players that aren't making a ton of money on tour. They'll go to their local country club. They'll play with people that have no idea who they are, and maybe like they'll throw
That's
a couple holes,
impossible.
and they'll hustle. No, it's not impossible. There's a lot of pro golfers that are not known.
But who are still
Like, do you
so
know
like
if you?
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking of like a Rory go.
Yeah, no,
I'm
putting
talking
about like a
putting
Russell
on
Henley.
the glasses and the mustache and being
Yeah.
like,
Or like an Adam
It'd be-
Hadwin.
it'd
Like
be-
if Adam Hadwin
okay.
goes
or be like
to
it'd be
the-
the equivalent of like
True.
think about like somehow like if you were like a team of like AA baseball players could
Yeah.
go hustle a beer league softball team,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
like, hey
and
guys,
just
you want
be
to play?
like,
And they
yeah.
go and they just obliterate every ball.
yeah.
But you don't know who they are. You don't know what double
True,
A baseball
true.
players are.
True.
So it's same situation there. So Thompson would do that. A big part of Thompson's hustle in particular was he would pair up with a rando saying something like, I'm so good, I bet you I could grab a fella off the street and pair with him, and I'd beat the both of you. You golf a lot here, right? You belong to this country club. Well, I'm just wandering through town. Sure, I got a pair of clubs, and I got an extra pair of clubs I can loan to this fella. Or actually, he'll share my pair of clubs, and we'll beat the both of you. I'll grab the next guy who walks by, and we'll beat the both of you, I promise.
He ain't cheat
I like
though,
that.
right?
And people were like,
No, he's just
He's just that good.
he's
Well-
gonna make up for. Oh, what? He is cheating.
Cheating is probably too strong of a word, but I would call what he was doing dishonest because usually the next person who walked by was Ben Hogan.
Yeah.
His hustling partner was Ben Hogan, who is essentially the Babe Ruth of golf.
Oh, okay.
Like
Ben Hogan's dope.
And so it's a plant.
yeah, he's a plant.
And so you go, oh,
So I'll grab the
anybody,
next fella that walks by.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
you there, sir.
Oh, okay.
and
okay.
I mean, he's probably
Great.
one of the most famous golfers of the time, but they don't know who
Great.
he is.
Right. There's not TV and you
No.
maybe see one picture of him.
Classic
Yeah.
hustle.
Yeah. So Ben Hogan
So Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, comes in and he's like, me and him, we'll beat you. And they're like, oh, well, you say you barely play. You play in some municipal course whose grass is mowed by goats. Yeah, we'll take you all day.
Money. Yeah.
It's
So-
as if like lying in mass quantities wasn't created until the 70s or something.
Like what
yeah,
was it?
people were just
Like,
like
just
very
normal people.
trusting. Yeah.
We're just like just took your word for everything.
Yeah, I
Dude,
think-
apparently.
Yeah, I think. I
Oh,
think
it's like
like
that-
the rampant like distrust and lying, not trusting people. Probably pretty.
Was there just more shame back
recent.
then? So you just assume it was a more shame-based society?
It was more polite.
So you just assume that, well, this
And
is...
you're only as good as your word.
This is
Yeah.
you are debasing yourself if you do this. I don't think this person's gonna debase themselves, right? And it's like, no, this guy is gonna
Yeah.
what you think is debase himself.
No, that's
all
not really
day.
cheating though. You're just getting a all-time
Like I
great
said,
golfer on your team.
I said cheating was too strong a word,
yeah,
but it was not honest.
it's stacking the
It
deck.
was sharking. It was hustling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titanic also played with guys like Kai Laffoon, Herman Kaiser, and Lee Elder in these hustling matches. I don't know if you heard any of those names.
Lee Elder, yeah.
Yeah. Titanic also played with the likes of, although I believe he just played golf with these people. He didn't hustle with them. Byron Nelson and Sam Snead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are big names.
Hogan said that Titanic was the best shot maker he ever saw.
Really,
Ben Hogan said that Titanic was,
he could just move the ball any way he wants.
yes, that Titanic was insanely good at golf. Like one of the best golfers he ever saw.
It's like this shot calls for a fade. The shot calls for a cut.
He could do it. He had the hand-eye and the eyesight to do anything.
This
he wanted.
guy, yeah. I mean, he lived a great life and very successful life, but if he was just an honest fella, I don't think he gets half the shit done.
True.
But he's not a footnote in history. A bit of a bigger name in history, but doesn't get as much money.
No, I'm saying I think he doesn't accomplish half the things he does if he's an honest, hardworking
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. Honest people are morons. Another hustle Titanic would pull on the golf course is he would play right-handed and beat them, and then out of sympathy would be like, you know what? Boy, I just took so much money from you. I feel bad about it.
We'll
So
give-
I'm going to play left-handed. We'll do another round left-handed, double or nothing. Double or nothing left-handed.
And he rules.
So he could
left-handed,
play
too.
left-handed, could he?
Titanic was left-handed.
So the first time he was playing
Offhand.
offhand.
And then he would come and play his dominant hand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to work at that shit. You have to work at.
I actually don't think he worked. He did play golf a lot.
Maybe it was like one of those naturally fucking.
He when he started playing the sport. So growing up and for a while, he was didn't have regular access to golf courses and didn't play that much. But once he moved to San Francisco for a time, and there were good courses out there and a lot of courses out there. So he started playing several times a week when he lived out there,
You have
and that's
to
when he
practice.
Yeah, and that's when he
You
picked
can't be naturally gifted at.
But
golf,
he
right?
really didn't practice. Like he just played. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't working.
God-given talent.
Yeah, like he wasn't doing like Dan knows. Like he wasn't like working on his stroke, like watching his shot. Like he would just go out and play and be like, that happened that time. I guess I'll try. You know, and like he practiced through playing. He didn't do like a lot of golfers do now. Like, I got to check my stroke.
I don't do that either.
Well, I know you don't.
I don't hit the range.
Yeah,
Like that.
but he was good enough to be pro, and pros now are like freaks about everything. But it wasn't all fun and games on the golf course. In 1932, Titanic killed again.
I knew it was going to happen.
Am I not going to like this murder? Because the other ones I'm cool
Everything
with.
seems justified at this
I'm
point.
cool with the other murders.
You'll be less cool with this one, but still cool with this one.
Cool.
Cool.
Near a country club in Texas in 1932, he shot a man in a mask who was holding him at gunpoint.
What?
Mm-hmm.
The man in
why
the
do
mask.
I feel bad?
The man in the mask turned out to be Jimmy Frederick, the 16-year-old boy who'd caddied for him earlier that day after a winning match.
So the caddy was trying to rob
The
him?
caddy knew he won money gambling and then tried to rob him afterwards.
I don't feel bad for that.
Bye.
And Titanic,
Later, dude.
I don't know. I just thought maybe because it was a
16-year-old kid?
Because it was a
16-year-old, kid.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
No. He
No.
stuck him up.
Yeah. The dying
No.
Frederick confirmed to witnesses he had been trying to rob Titanic. So Titanic was like, tell him. People think I like to kill for fun.
Yeah,
you tell him.
Yeah.
He's like,
I
and as he was
kill.
bleeding out, he was like, okay, fine. I fucking
Even in
Yeah,
their
yeah,
dying
yeah.
moments, all these other people are honest.
Yes.
That's insane.
literally everyone. And then Titanic is
yeah.
just like.
But he's honest too. Well.
He's an honest killer.
He's not a killer. That is the one thing he's honest about. And then as we covered in my last episode, Titanic was possibly responsible for another death. I think probably responsible for this death. And this one was certainly, he didn't pull the trigger, but this man was murdered because of him. America's first Coke Lord and the man who fixed the 1919 World Series, Arnold Rothstein, was murdered
At the order of Titanic?
by Titanic's bagman, who, according to Titanic said it was his bagman who killed Rothstein after Rothstein refused to pay up after losing a high-stakes, multiple-day poker game that was littered with insane side bets. This game was orchestrated by Titanic, knowing that Rothstein was a millionaire. Mm-hmm. And Titanic had his buddy who was going to give him the money afterwards do most of these side bets because I don't think Rothstein necessarily trusted Titanic. So Titanic would be like, we're going to do these side bets today and these crazy things.
Rothstein also a bad guy.
Rothstein's a terrible person.
Oh, yeah,
Rothstein had people murdered all the time.
Yeah.
Did you watch Boardwalk Empire?
No.
Okay, he's a character in that. I didn't watch it either, but
Weird. I would think you and Ross would like it.
I probably would.
Yeah.
Like, I like
it's an
everybody.
HBO show.
Yeah.
It's based on real stuff, real people. There's no
Yeah.
dragons,
No
no fantasy.
It was one of those where I just like didn't
catch it.
ever catch
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and then it went crazy
Poof.
where I was like, "Who's
Yeah.
on it fucking now? Like,
Yeah.
what is
Buscemi,
this?"
yeah.
Yeah.
So Rothstein essentially gets fucked in these side bets. I think loses like $500,000 of that time's money.
Mm-hmm.
So an insane amount of money. Titanic set up all these complicated side bets. Again, these are prop bets basically. Again, Titanic, prop bet master, leaves nothing to chance, fucks people over constantly. He orchestrated the game. He orchestrated all the side bets. Thompson couldn't pay, said he wasn't going to pay because he was pretty sure he got fucked over. Rothstein was in his own... Rothstein said that. And Rothstein, in his own right, was an excellent guy with numbers and cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it didn't add up to Rothstein.
Right.
And
That he was losing. Yeah.
in the ways he was.
Yeah.
And so Titanic claimed that it was this bagman who killed him, who killed Rothstein in 1928, potentially under Titanic's orders, or maybe his bagman was just real loyal. Who knows?
No.
By the 1960s, Titanic was in his 70s, and he settled in Dallas, where he still hustled idiots at the local muni, Tennyson Park. You know it?
No.
Okay.
No
We might be able to
shit.
play a Titanic Thompson course.
Let's
no
go for it. Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I have to kill you though.
Yeah.
I
on the
like
course.
it. I like it.
Thompson also participated in the very first World Series of Poker,
When was that?
1970.
Okay.
How old was
How do you
he?
do?
God.
He didn't finish in the final table. He at that point he was in his 80s, I think. He
Now
lived out-
listen, that's what happens if you're legit. If you go legit, it's like he's just he didn't even finish. You know what I mean? That would have been his whole life. He didn't
Yeah.
even finish.
He didn't
at
go out in a box though.
well, he did. He
Well,
died.
he died, but not like violently.
No, he didn't.
No.
He died in his sleep or something. He admitted, or I'm sorry, yeah. So he didn't finish at the final table, but he lived out his final years in a nursing home in Dallas.
It's not great.
Yeah, he didn't have enough money to retire more comfortably because although he won millions on these prop bets, gambling, all this stuff, he wasn't always a winner. There was one thing that he loved betting on, but could never master, and perhaps he kept chasing that dragon, hoping he could. According to him, he lost millions because he couldn't play the ponies.
I was gonna
I
say
was
it
just
sounded
gonna
like
say
horses.
the ponies because you cannot win,
No. He said he
and
lost.
it's the most exciting dragon to chase.
Yeah, he lost
Oh, it's
millions,
just 2 minutes of nothing but thrill.
millions of those time dollars, millions
Oh,
trying to win money on horse racing and losing.
Yep.
to be so like smart and prolific, and to be that dumb
Yeah.
to really think, unless he got,
You got a guy on the inside.
unless you have a guy on the inside, which he
didn't.
clearly
Rothstein
didn't.
Rothstein did in our last episode. Rothstein fixed horse
That's probably
racing.
why he killed him.
Gosh.
But yeah, and that's the craziest part too, is that like he won so much money.
Outsmarting
and
everyone.
Did he have to pay child support?
No.
No.
Left nothing to chance. But then would take that money and out of sheer, probably not greed, probably like narcissism, you know what I mean? Like couldn't admit he's wrong, isn't the best at everything.
Right.
Just needed to get that one final fucking thing.
But he ends up in a nursing home because he ignores his kids.
Well, he does reconnect with Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
the gambler, and for many years they would go out and on gambling trips together.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, before he died in 1974 at the age of 80.
Okay.
That's a good life.
Tommy went on to become a preacher.
Right.
And
After
now,
he died?
yeah, now convinces people to not gamble.
I
Literally,
mean-
like talks to prisoners and stuff. Like, don't gamble.
I mean, because he
prisoner's
already
gonna
had
do it.
all his fun.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, why not?
So yeah, Titanic. He lived a long life. Died in 1974 at the age of 80, after a long and I guess he broke even at the end of the day. If you're in a nursing home, you broke even.
Yeah, because
As a
that
gangster,
still
yeah.
costs fucking money, dude.
Yeah.
It's not free.
No.
It's just not like,
Lavish.
you know, lavish.
Yeah. That is the story of Titanic Thompson, possibly America's most famous, or at least most
Honestly,
prolific
I think he's the
gambler.
luckiest man ever to live.
Why is that?
Came across Capone.
Mm-hmm.
Came across Rothstein. Like,
Jean Harlow,
yeah,
Ben Hogan.
Ben Hogan. This is a good life.
And he was, by the way, as his son said,
This
like,
is an American life.
this was a famous man. Like he
Yes.
was like my dad never wrote me or called or cared that I existed, but boy, it was fun reading about him in Golf Digest.
It's almost like I knew him. You know? Because I could just read about him all the time
Right.
and all his fun stuff he was doing.
It's gonna be Rob's kids listening to the podcast. It's like, I
Right.
know my dad.
It's like I'm hanging out with him every
Mm-hmm.
day, huh? He was never home,
When he leaves her for Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
right? But they'll understand. You've
One-
said
one
it
day,
enough.
yeah. If we
You've
have a,
explained it
if
enough
the third
on the
child
show.
is a daughter, she won't. But
No,
the other,
no.
The other
Yeah.
two,
Yeah,
They'll get it.
they'll get it.
they'll get it.
They'll go, this was the dish
Oh,
that Dad left for.
yeah.
Great story.
Yeah, I liked it.
Great story. Many moments for us to not, if we were different people, if you were telling this story to a couple different people,
Mm-hmm.
they may have been able to find some
Faults.
Problems.
faults,
Yeah.
some bad moments, some missteps.
I
some,
don't really, aside from the kid stuff, I don't really have a problem with this guy's life.
Yeah.
He reconnected.
I guess with one of them. of the three.
Yeah.
You know what? You bat .333 in the major leagues.
You're a Hall of Famer.
Make a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So
You know. And it was the only one that was like dying to reconnect,
Yeah.
right? It was not like
I'm sure the other two moms were like, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
was
your
Tommy
son's a super
only
fan.
that was like, I love him, following in his footsteps, begging to hang out with him. It's the only reason that he
Yeah.
even was like, all right, I'm in a nursing home now. You can like come
Whatever.
chill.
I just want someone to visit me, to be honest.
at this point.
Yeah. What'd you guys learn today?
I learned about a very successful man that I need to base my life off of.
I
or if
told you this sounds like your
Yeah.
dream life. I don't
Start
know if you wanna, I don't know if you
hustling.
want to abandon children or bash a man's skull in with a hammer.
But you don't have children.
I won't do the former, but I'll do the latter.
Okay.
This is the time. This is the time if you're going to try it out. You don't have any kids. You
Go be a road
can.
gambler.
You do have skills.
Well, he did
in
once.
gambling.
He cashed out a 401k and went to Vegas.
Yeah. First time
Alright.
I got laid off from Grand X, I tried to double up in Vegas.
Yeah, but that's not the same. We need you to hustle. We
I
need
know.
you to
For
start
years.
using the right hand for fucking
Yeah.
pool.
I need you to take. I need you to have like a backpack with $100,000 in it under a bed at a Motel 6.
Yeah, and you're like, you've got these schemes and the one thing that you're good at, and you're able to just be like, hey man, you want to,
Yeah.
play around, whatever it is.
Bet you I could jump over to these.
Yes.
stools.
I go to the gym and I'm like, I put 135 on the bar and I start to struggle, and I'd be like, the next set, I'd be like, I bet I can bet 220. I can bench 225, and they're like, I just saw you do one rep of 135. No way you can do 225.
Yeah, then
Something
you-
like that.
Or like you're
Something
just like,
like
I bet
that.
you I can jump over 2 stools
Yeah.
on top of each other, and they're like, "There's no
They're
way
just,
you can do
like,
that." Then you lay them
confused.
on the side, their
Yeah,
side
yeah.
side, and you just hop over, and like that'll be $10,000.
all
and then
that
they
kinda-
and then they will of course be like,
yes.
Be honorable.
"Well,
yeah.
golly,
You
he
got
got
me."
me. That clever
Yes.
boy got me."
Yes.
Again, why wasn't this man stabbed 100 times?
Because he was that good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That good. I don't know. Dan, you should try it out. Get a hustle.
This might have been
Get
me.
some kind of hustle
This could have been my
going,
last life.
You know?
Anyway,
And by the way, not the worst looking guy either.
no,
He couldn't have been.
Right. You say all those
You
great things
can't.
about him.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
a handsome fella. I know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool guy.
That's a cool guy.
Doesn't look like he can do all the things he
He did.
did, but
What
hey,
if his greatest con of all was just all of this was a lie?
Yeah, right?
Here's like a more
It was
real picture. I mean,
someone
like
else.
not a bad looking guy.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah, for the time, that's
For the time.
For the time,
a strong
especially. I
job.
mean, it's-
His eyes are going the same way. you
Yeah,
know,
it's
teeth
all
were probably
incredible.
okay. Yeah, yeah. I learned my life is boring, man.
yeah.
well, yeah.
What an exciting fucking life.
And you learn that eventually 90% of people will swing.
Yeah. Not me, but like I
Somebody.
believe that that's what you believe.
Right. Who's today's?
I believe that you come to that belief
Mhm.
with facts and experience.
And evidence.
It's like someone
yeah.
who saw a UFO. You know what I mean?
I believe that that's what you truly believe you saw.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Who
else can I
stays
say?
Hitler, it's Rothstein.
Rothstein's today's Hitler.
Yeah.
What again?
The villain of today.
The girl on the boat. Fuck that bitch.
She's like any woman
she
in the
caused
story.
his whole life, the start of his murdering days.
Yeah.
I want to say his kids because that's really the only black mark on his record.
His kids.
They're
are the
ruining
Hitler.
his reputation.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
That's
that.
like really the only bad thing I've heard about this man.
I like the only bad thing is that he had kids, not that he left them.
Yeah.
That he had them in the
Yes.
first place.
No, it was leaving him. It was
Yeah, but
leaving him.
but if they didn't exist, then he
He
couldn't
didn't-
have
he
left
can't
them,
leave
and
them,
so
yeah.
their existence makes them the villain.
Yeah,
Right.
so fuck them.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, Jesse. Thanks for joining us.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys. It's always fun
Where-
and I always learn so much.
Where can the people find you?
They can find me on Crime Corner. Audio drops every Wednesday, 8 p.m. and Ross Patterson Revolution, where we all, on the Drinking Bros Network,
Just chit chat.
where we all just chit chat and, maneuver around Ross Patterson.
And we got to go set up in record Crime Corner right
yeah.
now.
Yes, Dan is helping me with, produce Crime Corner.
If you like the vibe of this show, but crime instead of history,
This was crime.
Crime Corner. Well,
It was kind
Well,
of crime.
These people, we
Crime
try and
adjacent
do
corner.
ones where
Crime
like
adjacent
people
corner,
get caught, you know.
Yeah. Crime adjacent corner is
Yeah.
a good way.
Yeah, this guy lived a great life.
Yeah.
He lived to 80.
Crime
Anyway.
cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, for Dan Jester and Jesse Wiseman, I am Rob Fox.
He just got saucer.